Alright, so as a quick preface to this whole thing, I do not remember the last time that I tried to make homemade lemonade, and we won't be using a recipe today because that's no fun. And why not? Let's experiment. Alright, so I'm going to freeze frame here for a little bit. You can see this unique thorn, which is a modified stem. The leaf on top of it had actually fallen off, but you'll just have to take my word for it that it is indeed a thorn, not a spine, and not a prickle. So fruits typically have 3 layers, including the exocarp, mesocarp, and endocarp, going from the outside towards the inside. Now this Hesperidium fruit is unique in the sense that its exocarp is that leathery little section on the outside. The mesocarp is that thick white section underneath the yellow leathery exocarp. And the endocarp is that innermost layer just inside the mesocarp. Now most of what we actually consume are the trichomes, which are specialized to hold juice that come off the endocarp. And this is super cool because you can only find this in Hesperidium fruit. As I was doing this project, I found some massive lemons on my tree, and as you can see, the mesocarp is huge, and a lot of the color has been lost from the inside of the lemon. After doing some research, I actually found out that this was from leaving a lemon on the tree too long. It actually starts to lose some of its flavor, and the rind can grow extremely big. Now, for the rest of this video, you're going to watch me struggle to figure out how to put the lemon in the juicer, etc, etc. So I hope you enjoy, and in the meantime, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the Rutaceae family. For some general info about the Rutaceae family, it is currently composed of 160 genera and about 2,070 species with lots of variability in between. It contains the economically important genus Citrus, which contains oranges, lemons, grapefruit, lime, key lime, calamansi, etc. These plants are typically woody trees and shrubs and are widespread around the world, especially prevalent in temperate regions and tropical regions. The largest numbers are in Africa and Australia, particularly in the semi-arid woodland regions. As I mentioned before, this family is extremely diverse, but one of the traditionally known synapomorphies of this family is the presence of pellucid glands. These are specific types of glands that contain these citrus oils, especially in the leaves, and are responsible for the aromatic nature of those leaves, especially once they are crushed. So really quickly, I'm going to go over the different types of flowers. So they usually contain perfect flowers, meaning that they have the male components and female components of the flowers, but they can also be unisexual in different cases as well. The flowers typically have 4 to 5 sepals and petals, shown by this image of the lemon flower, and the sepals can be either distinct or completely fused, and the petals can also be distinct or fused for at least some of their length. They are bractless, have radial symmetry, and typically have around 8 to 10 stamen per flower. They have a superior ovary placement and are crassinusely with regards to their ovules. They have axile placentation, but can rarely have parietal placentation as well. For example, in this lemon tree, they can either exist as solitary flowers or as a determinate inflorescence. They have a pleasant aroma and tend to be pollinated by bees and small flies. For my article, I will be using an article titled Major Clades of Australasian Rutaceae, based on the RBCL and ATP-B sequences. This is by Michael J. Bailey, Gareth D. Holmes, and more authors as well. This takes a closer look at the subfamily Rutaceae, which is the largest family in the Australasia region, which includes Australia, New Guinea, New Zealand, and New Caledonia. They had a goal of putting together a comprehensive high-level phylogeny for the Rutaceae subfamily, And they did this by doing a phylogenetic analysis based on RBCL and ATPB genes in the chloroplasts of these plants. In the end, they were successful and laid out a broad framework for others to continue to build on in the future. In the end, the lemonade was okay, but thank you all for watching.